Hello, how's everyone doing? So hopefully you guys had a great Memorial Day weekend. And I wanted to talk about chords. I love chords, and I think having a good chord vocabulary really helps your solo playing. And let's face it, most of the time we'll be playing chords, whether it be cowboy chords to accompany people or comping off of a jazz standard. And so it's good to get some decent chords under our fingertips, for lack of a better word. Now, the journey that most people take in terms of learning chords are buying chord dictionaries, chord books, or probably now Googling the stuff online and saying, okay, major 7, minor 7, flat if fifth, sharp 9, sharp 5th, dominant 7, diminished chords, and things of that nature. And so, yeah, you can purchase great book, Ted Green's Chord Chemistry. My favorite is a Arnie Burrell book that I actually did a review of a while back ago. But I'd say the best way for you to learn chords is to actually approach it musically. By that I mean really understand the formula of how to build a chord, and you can figure out any chord. So if I have to teach chords, and I think the proper way to do it is first walk back and then learn scales. So, for example, one of the most rudimentary things you should do is learn at least a minimum of 2 octave scale up to the 13th note, and I'll explain this. So, we're going to use C as an example. The first thing you want to do is so we're going to play the C major scale. And what you want to do is you want to play it up to the A, the second octave, and that's going to be the 13th note. So you got C, 1, D, 2, E, 3, F, 4, G, 5, A, 6, B, 7th, and then 8 is the C again. So you're up to 8 now. You continue the scale to the second octave. 9, D. The importance of this is that's the same as the second. So those were that's a D, that's a D. Then 10th, E, and then F is the 11th. If you remember, F was the 4th. Right here. Okay. Then the 12th, G, and then the 13th is the A. So the important things to note about that is that the ninth, which was a D, is the same as the as the second. Okay. Then the 11th, which was the F, is the same as the 4th. And then the 13th that we went up to is the A. That's the same as the 6th. So basically, the 9th, 11th, and the 13th, and the 9th, 11th, and the 13th notes are the same as the 4th, 6th, and the 2nd. 2, 4, 6, really. Okay? So now that you've got this, let's build a chord. So my favorite chord is a C major 7 inversion. So there are 3-note chords. Really, there's 3-note chords and 4-note chords. We're going to deal with the 4-note chords. And what you kind of have to figure out is chord groupings. Once you work with chord groupings, by that I mean string sets. So in this case, we're going to do a 4-note scale. I'm sorry, a 4-note chord, C major 7. That means it's going to have a 1, a 3, a 5, and a 7. So that's going to be the only notes. So first position, the 1 is here. This is an inversion of C major 7. That's a C. Okay? This right here is a G. That's the 5th. This right here is a is the 3rd, which is an E, and right here is a B, a natural. So it looks like this. That's a C major 7. So again, to think about the ordering of the notes, you've got the 5, G, the 3rd, E, you've got the B, the 7th, and you've got the root here. Okay? So that's a C major 7. You think of it as C major 7 with the bass on the G note or the 5th, right? So now you say to yourself, okay, that's a C major 7th, right? How do I make this minor? Okay, a minor key or a minor chord has the third that's flatted. So the third is this right here, E. That's going to just go down 1 fret. So that's going to be a common E flat. Okay? And a minor 7th has the dominant 7th note in it. So that B becomes a B flat. So the chord ends up looking like this. That's a C minor 7th. Okay? Again, we had C major 7th to C minor 7th. And all we did that was flat the 3rd and flat the 7th. Okay? That's a minor 7th. Okay? So now we have a major 7th, we have a minor 7th, right? And if we wanted a dominant 7th, all we would do is that 3rd would remain the same. That's an E. And then this 7th would be flatted. So that's a dominant 7th. So that's a C7. So now we've gotten 3 chords. We've got the major 7th. We've got the minor 7th. And then we've got the dominant 7th. All we're doing is 4-note clusters on the E string, on the D string, on the G, and the B. Okay? And basically, the order of the notes are always the same. You got the 5th here as the bass, you got the 3rd, then you got the 7th, and then you got the root. Okay? All right, so you got that. So remember, we've got the major 7th, the minor 7th, the dominant 7th. Okay, let's say we wanted a minor 7th flatted 5th, right? Okay, so we have to just find the minor 7th first. Well, we already did that. So we start off here at major 7th, and to make it minor, shift these 2 things back here. So that's a minor 7th. Now where's the 5th? That's that G. So you can put it right here. So that's a minor 7th flatted 5th. All we did was flat the 5th in the minor 7th, period. So you get the idea. So right now, all of a sudden, we've got this. Major 7th, minor 7th, dominant 7th, minor 7th flatted 5th. I should say it this way. Okay, if you wanted to do a minor 7th sharp 5th, okay, so there you have it. So if you learn the notes of the chord and you know what happens when you make something minor or major or sharpening the 5th and or flatting that. And when somebody says add a 9th, hey, the 9th is basically the 2nd note. So if I say I need something that's a C9th in it, that has to have that 2nd note in the scale, which is the D, which is the same as a 9. I need something with the 11th in it. Well, that has the 4th note, which is an F, or 13th. Well, what do I need? I need something with an A in there. So that's why it's important to count the notes up, and you could figure out any chord doing this, right? And on different string sets. So that was this string set, which was the E, the D, G, and B. Okay? You could do what I call this set. You could have started off with C major 7th. And the numbers appear differently. And this one, it's the 1, 7, 3, 5. So you got the 1, the C major, 7, B, 3, 1, 7, 3, and that's the E, and 5, which is the G. So that's the cluster for C major 7. So make it minor, you take the third, and you take the seventh, and you shift them over there. That's your minor sevenths, right? To make a minor 7 flat fifth, that's the fifth right here. You can go this way. That's C minor 7 flat fifth. C minor 7 sharp fifth would look like this. Okay? C minor 11th. The 11th has what in it? An F. C minor. Then you put the 11th in there. C minor 11th. Okay? C minor 9th has a D in it. So let's find a D. So it's right here. That's a C minor 9th. All I did was add a D. Okay? So you get the idea. So practice this kind of stuff and then really get underneath your fingertips the names and the notes of the scale, and what's the second, what's the third, what's the fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, and ninth, and all that. And that's gonna be your tutelage. That's your guitar chord book. All right then. I know I said a lot and it might be a little confusing, but hey, practice, 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 and work and woodshed, and you will get this like breathing. All right then. Take care.